Good morning everyone, welcome to a new Super 69 EV film. My name is Tom and today you join me on the road to Techno Classica. It's the final edition of Techno Classica. Next year there will be a new partner in making the messe happen. It's a partner from Stuttgart. They do the classic car show over there and they are going to take over Essen. And yeah, I thought it was time for a new film because there are some things I really want to talk to you about. That is, are VW ID cars finally being what they should be? And I found the greatest podcast. It is Ed Niedermeyer on the smoking tire. I read his book on, it's called Ludicrous. And it's about Elon Musk. He's, to say the least, he's not a fan. And Matt Farah introduced him as he was a hater before it was cool to be a hater of Tesla. And the cool thing is I read the book, and the book is all about things Elon Musk promises his customers and doesn't deliver on. The book is already pretty old. He's writing a second book about FSD, and Elon Musk isn't going to deliver on that either. So yeah, you could say he was an OG hater before it was cool to hate on Tesla. And what I find really interesting is that he says that if enough people don't buy a Tesla, Tesla could go bust because the Cybertruck doesn't bring in money. It costs them money, and it costs them so much money that they don't have any money left to make something new, to develop a new product, to bring it to market, to make a proper introduction, to do anything. So, and if you, I'm no business expert, but if you see how few Teslas are being sold opposed to last year, every market, the percentage is down, and because of that, it could very well be that they go bust, because if you don't make enough money and you have a lot of debt, which he of course has, and a lot of his money is tied up in Tesla stock, but if the stock price keeps falling and he's being margin called and he doesn't have the money immediately, it could be a house of cards that is about to fall on its ass. So I'm really curious what that is all about. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, because I'm really curious. I find Tesla highly fascinating. I find Elon Musk a very interesting person. I really don't understand what he's doing at the moment. I understand the premise of Doge, that he's telling everyone we're gonna make the government better, we're gonna save everyone money, and it will all be great. But I think Donald Trump is a very hard person to call a partner, to put it mildly, and if he's being scapegoated for what reason, he still has to deal with the backlash on Tesla. And yeah, he made his bed, now he can lay in it. I don't care, but it's a very high risk gamble with, to me, not that much of an upside. But I'm no expert. Please let me know in the comments what you think about it. Okay, so let's talk VW ID cars. We are back at the Autobahn. Let's go. I'm at Tesla. I'm charging at Tesla in Enschede, which is at a really nice Van der Valk hotel and restaurant. But I have lunch at home, so I don't need lunch. But we still had to talk about the Volkswagen ID cars. The classic Technoclassica Messe Essen was a great success, as always, because it's a lovely thing. I saw some very cool cars. I saw my first Cybertruck, which was already sold, and I also saw some converted cars and the PIEC E39 M5 with a W10 10-cylinder engine. They used an E39 M5 to be a mule for a prototype engine, and he liked it so much he drove it for a very long time. They asked an obscene amount of money. Guess in the comments how much, because no one will get it. It's obscene. But we have to talk about the VW ID cars, because Björn Nuland was testing the ID7 GTX Sports Tourer. That's a mouthful. And as a lot of people know, I used to sell Volkswagens for a living, and I still really like the brand, and I thought when the ID3 came out they should have been better. And finally they realized in Wolfsburg that I'm right, and that a lot of people are right, and especially that the buying customers are right, because the new cars appear to be a lot better. And Björn Nuland's films really give a good insight into how far Volkswagen has come in the last couple of years, which really gives me hope to believe that they will get it right. And on top of that, they reduced the prices of their cars in the Netherlands here by a lot. And Tesla is getting a kicking in the selling numbers. The Tesla Model 3 and Model Y were very, very, very high sellers in the Netherlands. They're getting a kicker from every angle. The BMW iX1 is selling tremendously. The ID7 is selling tremendously. The ID3 and the Cupra Born are even selling good. Cupra, we have to get into that. What happened with the CEO? He just left. But back to Volkswagen and their ID cars. They reduced the prices pretty significantly, which made it really good for their business. I think they're onto something. They will sell a lot in the coming months, and I'm really curious to see if that already takes an effect in April, or we have to wait until the end of Q2, because I think VW, wow, it was a bold move, it was the right move, and I think it's not a cool move if you just bought one as a private person last year, but it's a good move if you're rooting for the business, which I am. So that is a day in the life of a car aficionado. I drove a lot of kilometers this week. I'm already at, I believe, 1,300 and a bit, and we are going a weekend away in Drenthe, which is a province a bit up to the north, which is another 100, and we'll drive another 100 down. So a lot of kilometers this week. Will end up with around 1,600, I think. And yeah, I still absolutely adore the BMW i3. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching this update video, and I'll see everyone very soon again. Take care. Bye.